let's talk about limited edition games, specifically competitors to limited run games. Because in case you missed my previous video, they're not in the best situation right now as to this filming. So if you're tired of limited run games, where should you go? Let's start off with number one, and that is Special Reserve games. This one worries me a little bit recommending Special Reserve, but they've been pretty good. They have an open pre-order model, but they're not like limited run where they're in your face as much with a new pre-order every week. Theirs tend to drag out for a longer period of time, and they're generally good at communicating. They don't try to overdo things or try to get themselves so busy that they can't deliver on the game before it, which is a problem limited run has. And they've been putting out some good titles like Shadow Warrior, and they have things like Death's Door, and they've had Cult of the Lamb, so they're really picking up steam with some new good titles. So Special Reserve is definitely one to check out, and if you don't want to order direct from their site, you can wait till it hits store shelves for select games. Next up, let's talk PlayAsia. Now, if you've never heard of PlayAsia, they've actually been around for quite a while. This company is specifically for importing games, but you'll find that a lot of those games Limited Run was carrying also was printed overseas. We just didn't get a localized version. And you'll also find subtitles for a lot of these. So games like No More Heroes 1 and 2, you'll actually find an English Asia copy on their website. Or things like Maiden of Blackwater, where we're not getting a US release, but they have an Asia cartridge with English language and subtitles that we can get over here. I personally imported Klonoa because this was an EU exclusive game and we weren't getting the physical copy here, and I'm really happy I grabbed that. They also get their own exclusives too. Not a ton of them, but you'll see that there's some for the PlayStation 4, Switch. They even had some for Vita back in the day. And PlayAsia is a very reputable company that's been around for a long time. Just make sure you're double checking the language and that it works for you. Next up is I Am 8-Bit, which isn't my favorite one on the list, but this is one you can go look at. They do make special editions of games. They had some cool ones like Untitled Goose Game, and they did a limited edition reprint of Mega Man X for the SNES. I personally think their Super Nintendo cartridges are a little overpriced, but they definitely have some cool collectible options in there. And again, these are items that are in stock, where you're not waiting a super long time for a pre-order somewhere else. Next we have Strictly Limited games, which is one I've never really invested a lot of time in looking at, but now I am because of the whole limited run thing. And they also do some open pre-orders. They do some just straight up drops like here's our copies, and they seem to be mainly focused on Switch games, which is what a lot of people want anyway. So they're just hitting the biggest user base out there, which makes sense. So again, limited copies, strictly limited. Go ahead and check it out. And if I get this video up in time, I think they even have a new game hitting soon. Last one I have to show is Super Rare Games. And this one I think has done a really good job of delivering the original limited run concept, which is we have this set number of copies. When it's gone, it's gone. And they have a few special editions where you get like a steel book, or they also have an option where you can get kind of like a subscription, which gets you a free upgrade on your shipping, gets you early access, Discord server, things like that. And I think this is a really good business model. You don't have to worry about getting overwhelmed with new games every month. They only put out 1 or 2 new ones every month, it looks like. They come right away because, again, you're not waiting for that open pre-order period. They kind of have this all scheduled out, and there's just a set number. And I know some people don't like that, but that's originally what Limited Run did. And it does keep that shipping time down, and you're not waiting forever. So these are the 5 companies I'm recommending over Limited Run. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Did I miss somewhere that you prefer to purchase from? Is there a better company out there that I didn't grab right off the bat? Please let me know. Hit that subscribe button if you made it this far, and we'll catch you next time. If you want to watch something else, YouTube thinks you should watch one of these videos that are gonna appear here somewhere. I don't know where yet. But maybe there's a video here. Maybe it's down here. Maybe you should watch one of them because YouTube thinks you're going to like them.